Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to go over a quick overview for a couple of assignments that are due this week in intro. One of them is your first big paper. Well, not a big paper, it's a little paper. And then another one is the ATI assignment, which I haven't spoke about before, but I just want to give you a little information about that. So let's go first of all to the paper overview. I just wanted to try to give you a little guidance to make your life easier. Regarding this paper. Okay, so according to your syllabus, there's 3 sections of a course project in this course. Module 4 has one of them. It's a 100-point paper. And in order to make it a little bit easier to understand, I did attach a template for you to use. Okay, so you can look at the content down here. You're going to write an introduction, sections of the assignment, role of the nurse, scope of practice. Okay, so you're going to do a little introduction to describe what's coming in your paper. And then you're going to describe the roles of the nurse, the scope of practice, using the Nurse Practice Act and the state that you intend to practice, compare and contrast the roles of practice for the RN and LPN. So if you open this template, let's see here. You can see that it's already formatted for you. You just have to plug in your information. I just want to make this 1 page instead of 2. Okay, so on these on this template, it's already formatted in APA for you. So you just have to click on, you leave the running head on page 1, replace this with the title of your paper in all caps, and then just fill in the blanks here. You will have to go in and put the title of your paper in again here. It's already formatted for you. Now, everything in red you're going to take off before you submit the paper. So this is just some helpful hints to help you write your paper. The paper is not to be longer than 2 to 3 pages. That's excluding the title and the reference page. So total written work, this does not have to be anything extensive. You just have to meet all the criteria from the rubric. So no longer than 2 to 3 pages, and including the following headings. So you can leave these headings right on the paper. And what I would do is I would do an introduction paper and sometimes introduction paragraph, and sometimes that's easier to do at the end after you've written everything. Then you'll do a paragraph or 2 on roles of the nurse, scope of practice, compare and contrast the LPN, and then your conclusion paragraph. So according to the rubric, you have to have at least 2 credible sources. So one of them could be the State Board of Nursing website that we've already talked about in another module, and another one could be the textbook, or maybe you have another citation that you want to use, and that's fine. Make sure to use Grammarly, and I'll kind of point you in that direction again, and then before you submit your assignment, because that will help you correct all the errors. Make sure references are in APA format. You all have been working hard on that. And then, so that's really it to your paper. So most of this information we've already covered. So I think, I have my notes here somewhere, I think we did the role in, let's see, we did chapter 2, we already covered the roles of the nurse, so you can look back in that content. And then chapter 3, we talked about scope of practice, so you can look back through that content to help you write your paper as well. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of here. I did also upload under module 4 the standards of practice document, and that's I think you can use that to help you write your paper as well. If you do have any questions, I'm going to have some office hours today from 1 to 2 and tomorrow from 9 to 11, and of course if those hours don't work, I'm always available to set up an appointment that works for you. I know everybody's on different schedules. So the second assignment I want to go through is ATI. So for those of you who maybe haven't used ATI yet, ATI is a supplement to the curriculum that you're going to be using throughout your program. So you have your assignments and your Blackboard assignments on one hand, and then you have this ATI website that supplements your material to help you pass your NCLEX test at the end, okay? So this week, I just want you to go, there's a little assignment I made to go into this ATI website, and watch an orientation video, write 5 bullet points on what you learned, and submit it to the Dropbox. So the thing about this though is if you haven't used ATI yet, you need to do a couple steps. So you need to go to atitesting.com, and then you need to go to the login button, if you go to My ATI, My ATI tab here. If you've never used ATI tab, you have gotten a code in your email from your dean, likely. And if this isn't your first quarter, it will probably be in a previous email that maybe you've overlooked. So search through your inbox for ATI information, and there will be a code that you can add for your products. And what that does is it puts you in a cohort with everybody else who's in your same class, and we're able to kind of track your progress throughout the program. Okay, so look for that code, and then if maybe you have already entered it, and if you've already entered it in another class, that's fine. And when you do enter that code, it'll populate a bunch of products in little squares below that, like this one here. You can see there's an ATI. So this is what I want you to do. It's like an 8-minute video. It's called ATI Student Orientation New, and it just talks a little bit about what ATI is, the different things it has to help you through the program. So for this assignment, I just want you to write 5 bullet points. This doesn't count for any points in the course, but it is still required for you to do, because as you progress through the program, you'll need to know more about ATI. So let's see here. I did add some office hours to your calendars and in your course information box. The other thing I want to make sure you know how to do is go to Grammarly, because that's going to be required for the course projects. So if you go to the course homepage and over here, remember I talked a little bit about this last week, but if you go to this Grammarly link here in the library, you can download Grammarly, and what that does then is when you get done writing your paper, it'll tell you how to upload it, and it'll do a spell check, it'll do a plagiarism check, it'll look for any errors. So really, you don't have to submit anything to me saying that you did it, because it's pretty obvious when I look at a paper if it's been through Grammarly or not. But this will be utilized throughout your program, so make sure you use that. So I just wanted to give a quick overview for the week. Those are really the 2 things for the week. I'm happy to talk to you. Oops. I'm happy to talk to you anytime that you need it. And I hope you guys are all staying safe and have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.